lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the
Hi guys,
sun
welcome back to my
together.
channel. Welcome to next question that is from our daughter Iris Cruz TV. Shout out Iris Cruz TV. So that I think this is for
when did
you,
you change your
Dad.
name to TV?
So her question was, how did Dad propose to you? So yeah, so I'm gonna let Dad answer that question. Okay, so Daddy, how did you propose to me?
First off, your mom gave me an ultimatum. Said marry me or I'm gone.
I did not say marry me.
Not
or
in
I'm
those
done.
words, but it's kind of like implied. It's like, look, if you're not gonna make me an honest woman, I'm out of here. No, she didn't give me an ultimatum. But it felt like it sometimes.
Just to make that one clear, in my head, I did give him an ultimatum. In my head, I said, because guys, at that time, I have a friend. Shout out Nina. Hello, Ate Nina. My Ate Nina dated this guy for 7 years. They dated for 7 years and end up not being together. I don't want to waste 7 years of my time, of my life. So in my head, I'm actually giving him ultimatum. I said, I'm gonna wait up to 3 years. If he don't pop those questions, then I'm out of this relationship.
So yeah, no, it's not an ultimatum, but I see where she was coming from, and of course I was gonna marry her. She just kind of coaxed it out a little bit, but that was my plan anyways. So I got the ring. I had this plan. We were gonna go. We love Italian. We love Italian food. So, and that's one of the great things I like about her is that we both love Italian food, pasta. So
We love to eat, period.
yep. So we had an anniversary there one time, and so we went to this little Italian restaurant just across the base, and we had a very romantic dinner. I dressed up. She's looking at me like, "Why are you dressed up?" No, but no, I decided to do it at the restaurant, and I went up there and I talked to the owner and asked him to put it on a cake. You know, I was trying to be romantic. Normally romantic, but
Really? No, that's true.
so I had the wine. You know, I had the beautiful entree. She's looking at me like, "What's going on? This feels like a special occasion." I try to tell her.
But
dress
that's
up.
also my birthday, guys.
Yeah.
So really, I did not have any idea because that's also my birthday.
And
so
there's nothing going on in Japan
Yeah.
on the 1st.
on the 1st of January, nothing. Pretty much everywhere is dead.
Yeah, it's closed. Pretty
Closed.
sure it is, but I'm so glad that that place stays open during New Year's Day. So I decided to take her to dinner. It's like, hey, let's go check out that little place that we love. So after dinner, I asked them to bring the dessert, and then the ring was on there. And she's
Yeah.
like, she was about to eat it. She wasn't looking at it because you're blind. You were about to eat it, and then you saw it. You're like, oh my god! And that's when I popped the question at her. I popped the question. And she immediately said yes. She didn't even hesitate.
Why would I hesitate? I
So-
already know you're the one.
So yes, you know, and then in that restaurant, you can write your names. You can write all over the wall. So
we marked.
we marked our engagement there. Put our name.
Yeah, so every once in a while we go back there and we sit in the same spot and reminisce those days,
Yeah.
good old days. But yeah, we wrote our anniversary, the day that he proposed to me, and yeah, it's very special. That place is very special to just perfect.
It's perfect.
My engagement ring wasn't expensive. It's cute, and like I said, we were young back then and we didn't have that much money, and Don was only
As a
staff sergeant at that time. So
and I just got through a divorce.
yeah, he just got through a divorce a year before we met. So yeah, nothing really like extravagant, right? It's simple, but I love it. And I wore that same wedding ring and engagement ring for like 16 years, guys. And we just
upgraded.
He just upgraded.
I was supposed to be every 5 years, but yeah.
But
what happened to that plan?
We plan to upgrade it every 5 years, but we agreed to spend the money to our anniversary celebration and travel and make more memories than a thing, you know, than a wedding ring. We created more memories than invest the money to a big ring or something.
She's so funny. She's like, what happened to we're gonna upgrade my ring every 5 years, and then she looks at a new ring and like, oh, this is so nice. And then when she looks at the price, she's like, oh, never mind.
I'm cheap, guys. I'm not cheap.
I'm surprised she actually went for this one this time.
But I don't like even the one that we upgrade is very simple. So
Yeah,
I'm a simple girl.
I thought she was gonna catch up for all those years and have like a 5-carat ring.
No, I'm not that type of wife. I'm more like what's important and what not. But anyway, so that's the question. That's the answer to your question, Iris. So Dad proposed in one Italian restaurant outside the gate in Japan.
And it's still there.
And yeah, it's still there. The last time we went to Japan, we planned to go there, but we didn't make it in time. So Mamang's question was, what is the most important thing you learned from each other? Being patient, because like I said in the beginning of our relationship, we were young, we didn't have money, and of course when you're young you want you know, a lot of things, right? But when we got married, our priorities changed, and we agreed to, you know, spend our money to what do you call this, you know, spending time together and creating memories together. So and with that being said, even though we didn't have that much money, I stick with him, and later on in our relationship, here we are now, where I can say we are financially stable, right? And we're not struggling like before when we were just started. So I think the most important thing, yeah, is be patient, and things will get better if you just wait. And if you put your trust to God, He will take care of your marriage, and He will take care of everything.
That's cool.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of things that I learned from this woman.
This woman.
A lot of important lessons, a lot of important things, understanding, right? So I would say one of the most important things I learned is learning how to balance. You know, when we're first starting out, it was all about her. Everything was revolving around her. Not in a bad way. I don't mean it that way. I mean, that was my focus. My attention was always just on her, and I forgot about the world around me. Not necessarily worrying about myself, about which direction I want to go, or how am I going to grow as a person. And that's one thing I learned that was important, that you need to understand how to balance that out, because a marriage is not, it is a central system, right? When you're together, you guys are one, but you can't forget to be an individual.
Yeah.
You can't, and I think if you don't balance that out, then it's not a marriage anymore. You're just kind of like, a servant. You're a slave to somebody.
Yeah.
And I learned how to balance that out. Because sometimes when you're together for a long time, I didn't want to be too clingy. Sometimes some relationships need a little bit of time apart, not like go like another continent apart, but
we have that moment because you were in the military, and
so that I think the military helped us out. So I needed to balance that out. So that's the important thing I learned, is how to balance work, life, and marriage. And if you can't balance those things out, then your relationship's gonna fail.
Yeah.
And it is okay to fail, but not royally. Don't fail royally. But we failed many times together as a couple.
Yeah, trust me guys, it's not always like happy.
It's not always like my sister told me earlier, butterflies and rainbows.
It's not always like that. We have those moments that we almost give up. Like, it's mostly me, okay guys. In the beginning we were young, and I was like, I'm very independent, so I'm like, it's easy for me to say, hey, you know what, let's call it quits, let's get divorced, but this guy didn't want to let go, right? he didn't want to let go, and I'm glad he's that way, because
that saying, it's cheaper to keep her. No. Just kidding. But yes, it is cheaper.
But yeah, so we have those moments that we thought that we're just gonna say, hey, okay, bye Felicia's, see you later, but yeah, and then we're glad that we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to give up, right? The easy way out is to give up and quit. But I've never been a quitter in my life. Everything that I've achieved, everything that I've gained in life is because I had to work hard for it and never quit. There's times, yes, I felt like quitting. Things in my career I felt like quitting. But, I learned that quitting is for losers. But yes, you need to fail in your marriage in certain areas, not totally.
Yeah,
to really understand each other.
But you face it together, and you find a resolution together.
Plus, I'm a Libra. I've read so many horoscopes.
Horoscope.
That's the balance sign, and I find that true. I mean, everything I've done, I'm always trying to balance things out, the good, the bad.
So
that's what I learned. That's an important thing. Balance.
So balance.
Hope that answers your question.
And then the last question, this is the hardest question of
Oh really? I haven't seen
of
this
them
yet.
all, and that is why I saved this for last, because really this is very hard for me.
I better drink some coffee. Some energy.
His question was, how did Don accept the fact that we are not able to conceive, or we are not able to have a baby? Actually, Mamang, to answer your question, first of all, we weren't told that we are not gonna get pregnant, right, babe? We weren't told that we're not gonna get pregnant. It's just so happened that we are having hard time to get pregnant. But when we did all the process, because Mamang, I told you the story before that we went through fertility treatment before, in the past, and that process took us a little over a year, and then we kind of like we're not it's not successful, so we took a break, and then we went to the States. We start again, and it took another year. But and then, you know, my medical condition happened, and that is why we cannot get pregnant anymore. But anyways, just to give you an idea, for some of you who don't know yet, Mamang Michael Shukran has an idea because I told him. But so when we're going through a fertility treatment, so I got tested and I'm fine. The doctor said I am producing eggs, and I am capable to bear a child. And Don's also producing a healthy sperm, so we're able to get pregnant. But because I have like cysts in my ovaries, that is what's stopping us to get pregnant. So we did artificial insemination. First we did Clomid, and then we did artificial insemination, and it didn't work.
We just didn't get to the IVF point.
Yes, and then our last resort will be IVF. But how did you accept that fact that we're not
Gonna have a baby.
So I have a cyst in my ovaries, so I had to undergo surgery, which is what you call myomectomy. That is the procedure was to get rid of the cyst in my ovaries, and the doctor is hoping that we will get pregnant after that. But so I went through that surgery, but it didn't work. After a year or so, right? A year or so, the small cyst at that time when I had my first surgery got bigger, and so the doctor advised me to get hysterectomy, and that's why now I cannot get pregnant anymore, because I have hysterectomy. But so yes, the question was, how did you accept that?
Well, you know, I really wanted a son. But you know, I believe everything happens for a reason, and that's because of God. You know, God has plans for us. I mean, if the plan is not to have our own children, maybe we'll save some other children somewhere in the world. So I accepted that, hey, if we don't have a kid together, we could always adopt.
Yeah.
You know? And when we adopted Iris, I was super happy about that. And yes, she was a little bit older, but I consider her my daughter. That wasn't the initial plan. The plan was to just help her out, give her a better life. But I've grown to love her as my own. So I know I have a lot of heart to give, and it doesn't have to be our own children.
Yeah.
So I accepted the fact that, hey, look, there's other children that are in need in the world. So if that's what God wants us to do, then we'll do that. And we haven't dismissed that yet. I mean, now that it's not going to happen anymore, we can actually go out there and adopt kids. So I know there's opportunities to do that. And we just need to find the place where we're going to settle.
And we're going to go through that process.
Then we'll go through the process again. There's also a possibility we kind of threw it around. She still has her ovaries, so she can still produce eggs. And then, this maybe another option is to have a surrogate.
Yeah, so I don't have fallopian tube and cervix and what else? What's the other one? Uterus.
Uterus. But you do have your ovary, which can produce eggs, and then go.
But anyway, so up to this moment, guys, we're still talking about it. We're still talking about adopting a baby in the future, and I'm just glad that Don is not the other, like other people or other husband that will, go somewhere and have somebody pregnant, because I can't have a baby. But instead he thought of other plans. We both thought of other plans like adopting or yeah, for now we're
So that's the downside, but the upside to this is that, you know, we don't have anything to keep us from traveling. Having kids will put a hamper on that. Or,
yeah.
you know, put a halt in that real quick. I mean, unless you go family destinations, but there's a lot of destinations that we want to go to that if you have a kid, it makes it tough to go and actually
True.
move around. So that's the upside to not having kids is
We can always pack our
we can
things
always
and
pack
go.
our things and go. We
Yeah.
can just backpack it if we need to.
Yeah.
You know, our kids are grown already, so you know they can join us and appreciate it more. So so yeah, that's one of the upsides of not having the kids is to be able to be mobile, to get around, go travel, and then buy us the things that we want to have, you know, for all the stuff that we want, like I want a spear gun. You know, if you have a baby, that's not a priority.
Our toys.
Yes, so my spear gun's my baby.
So there's good and bad, you know. But of course, we like what we said, we like to adopt one day. And about the fertility treatment, I will make another video, a separate video about that. I'm not quite ready to talk about it yet because I went through a lot, guys. Emotional, how do you say that?
Not just her, but also me. It takes its toll on couples. So that would be another video. I'm probably gonna be in that one again.
In it, because I really want him to point out one thing that I know a lot of men out there experiencing the same thing as Don.
And that'll be another video.
And that will be in another video. And
probably be driving again.
Yes, or maybe at home because I'm gonna be like crying and stuff. But
hope that answers your questions. So.
Yeah. Again, thank you guys for sending those questions, and we really appreciate all of you guys. Mamang Shukran, Iris Cruz TV, Instabat TV, My Life, Jenny Lucis, Mariel, Pretty Minds, and who's the other one?
I don't know. I'm not in your vlog. I just record myself.
Yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting one more person. Bye guys, thank you again. Have a good day. Thank you. Mwah.
Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You say